Hurricane Ian getting stronger and shifting course.
Floridians are going to experience the impacts from this storm for a very long time.
Many have already heeded the warning to leave. Others doing whatever they can to prepare for flooding, power outages, and more. A live look now at Fort Myers as one of the many beaches along Florida's Gulf Coast that are now deserted. Hundreds of thousands of people have hopped on the freeways, including I-75, to head north or head to the opposite side of the state.
Hundreds of thousands are under a mandatory evacuation order, and police officers in Tampa and other cities are going door to door to make sure everyone is aware of it. Of course, there are always people who decide to stay and weather the storm.
Our Kim Adams has met some of them. She is live in St. Pete's Beach right now with that part of the story. But first, Kim, a shift in the direction of this hurricane.
Well, a shift in the track. It's tracking a little further to the south, which also happened with Hurricane Irma in 2017. That was supposed to make a direct hit. It went a little further south. But hurricanes, up until the last minute, can change their mind and go in just about anywhere. We've seen it happen with several major hurricanes. This one might not be any different. But right now, Sarasota and Venice, those are the two cities that we are most concerned about now, as they will be on that south side and the right side of the storm. And the storm is holding together very, very well. It could possibly come in as a Cat 4. They have extended the warning now, the hurricane warning, down a little further south. I know a lot of you have family and friends in Naples. That hurricane warning now extends all the way down to Marco Island. As you can see here on this map, Fort Myers in the direct path of this hurricane, and again on that south side of it. It's a monster. It is a huge storm, and it is continuing to strengthen. The winds are at 120 miles per hour. That's a Category 3. Once it gets to 131 miles per hour, it will become a Cat 4. It's holding together very well. It has a good structure to it. It is vertically very deep, which means that it can come in potentially as a Cat 4. Let's take a look at the latest advisory just minutes ago, the 6 p.m. advisory. Now the Hurricane Center is putting out advisories every hour, so we can update you every hour on this storm. It is predicted to come in as a Cat 4. We'll start feeling tropical storm force winds within the next several hours, and then by tomorrow morning, those hurricane force winds will start to approach and expected to make landfall sometime tomorrow evening at this point, but that can always change as it speeds up and slows down. The west coast of Florida, certainly the most concerning, but the east coast not out of the woods as this holds together very well. There are now tropical storm warnings on the east side of the state as well. In fact, those tropical storm warnings now go all the way up into parts of Georgia and South Carolina by the weekend. We have met several people here, but those are the residents. Those are people who are lifelong residents here in St. Pete. We are again on St. Pete Beach. It is eerily quiet. You can see that there are places that are boarded up. They have their hurricane shutters up. But when we went down into the city, we still found a couple people refusing to leave. An eerie quiet Tuesday afternoon in St. Petersburg, broken only by the occasional sound of last-minute storm prep. By now, most local residents on the barrier island have either left or chosen to ride out the storm at home. So we're less than 24 hours out. You know there's a hurricane coming, right?
There is a hurricane coming, but we weathered Irma hurricanes when we were kids. We're not really that scared.
I just thought it was raining real heavy. Personally, as a 30 some odd year Floridian, we've been through a couple of these. It's nothing crazy. Save your water bottles. Don't do anything stupid.
Despite living in Tampa for 4 seasons as the assistant coach for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Red Wings coach Derek Lalonde said today he's still not used to the reality.
Yeah, well, my family's in the same boat, obviously, so it's a little scary. And coming from Tampa, we this time of year, it's a reality of living in Tampa. And usually, I laugh all the time. We get these, and everyone calls me, are you guys okay? And the worst we get is a broken branch out front. But to evacuate, this is real. They're usually, it's just kind of the way of life there for them to have to evacuate. So actually, my family's come up north now, which I'm excited about, but obviously very scary.
The last direct hit to Tampa Bay was over 100 years ago in 1921. In 2017, Hurricane Irma, a Category 5 storm, turned south at the last minute. Lifelong residents have a theory why they keep dodging a bullet.
So it's kind of like an old wives' tale. We all grew up being told that, because Pinellas County is founded off of native burial grounds, that there's like this protection. And so we kind of think that the reason why we've been so blessed with not having like a direct hit in 300 and something years, always going north or south, is due to that.
Well, and there might be something to that because, again, the track has just shifted and it is predicted to go a little south. I just talked to a few news crews, including the NBC crews, who have now, they went to Bradenton, they went to Sarasota. They are now asking to leave those areas and come back to Tampa, where officials feel it is a bit safer in Tampa. That's a shift from yesterday. We have stayed in Tampa, but certainly Bradenton, Sarasota, Venice, Fort Myer. Tomorrow we will be headed down that way when Hurricane Ian arrives.
All right, well, please be careful out there. We do appreciate your reports, Kim. Stay safe.